What's going on, Geek Pit? Welcome to another episode of Geek's Top 10, where we count down your favorite top 10s of any topic. It doesn't matter what it is. Geek here, live. Well, not live, but we're here in sunny Florida. But right now, it's not too sunny right now. We're about to have a big, giant hurricane, and Milton is about to enter the studio in a little bit. So, but I'm not about to do this podcast alone because we're about to do Geek's Top 10 for top 10 horror movies. But let's introduce the guest. He is Nick Downey.
What's going on, Geek Nation?
What's up? What's up, Nick?
What's going on, brother? It's good to be here.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. Thank you for having me on the show. This is fucking great. Oh shit, can I curse? I'm sorry if I did. Oops.
You can say whatever the fuck you want. You know what I mean?
I'm so used to my platform. It's just like, oh god. But yeah, man, when you hit me up asking me about this idea, I'm like, absolutely, hell yeah, horror movies are right up my alley. That is like my favorite genre of movie, like, yeah. Period.
Yeah. So before we get started with the horror movies, I just want to ask you a quick question. How did you get started with the newsletter? So
the newsletter, that's a good one. I had an idea, and I met a bunch of other people that had the same idea. Like, when it comes to independent wrestling, there's a large variety of athletes, and a bunch of them do get overlooked. So also being a ring announcer, one of my jobs is to put people over. And I want to do that beyond the ring. So I met a bunch of guys in a group chat, and we met in person. And we kind of brought all ideas together, and we kind of brought it to the forefront. It's been a little bit rocky lately, I'm going to say. Just so many things have gotten out of control lately with schedules, and my team's been pretty busy. My brother's been picking up more bookings like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that, you know.
I just became the Titan Championship ring announcer.
That's awesome. You know,
for
congratulations
Titan Championship Wrestling. Shout out to Titan Championship Wrestling. This Saturday coming up, actually, October 12th, we have a show in Hoboken, New Jersey at the Hoboken Elks Lodge called Savage Intentions. Be there. That's all I'm going to say is be there. Things are going to get nuts.
Yeah. And as they always do,
Absolutely.
When Nick is the ring announcer, things always do end up getting nuts. You know?
Oh, they do. I've gotten yelled at. I've gotten told to make sure I announce from where people are from correctly. Hamlet Hurts You at the last WIN show looked at me dead in the eye after the match and handed me candy corn with the most menacing smile on the face of this planet. And I didn't know whether to feel happy or like I should just, walk home. Because I'm just like, thank you, but you kind of just beat the shit out of my brother. Thanks, but okay.
Yeah. That's awesome though. But yeah, I mean, I'm a part of Win. I do the Win Super Kickoff show for Win. So, but shouts out to the Maximos. They're doing great. They're doing great things right now with wrestling is now. And I'm happy to be a part of it. But let's get things started right now with Geek's Top 10. We're about to get things started. So you have some honorable mentions that you wanted to mention about top 10 horror movies, or
All right, so my honorable mention. So I feel like the horror community is about to come for my neck after this is all said and done. My top 10 horror movies are probably a little bit different than a lot of people's top 10s. I know a lot of people have the staples in there, you know, the Freddys, the Jasons, the Michaels. Mine's a little bit of mixture of a lot of things, and surprisingly, none of the goats are on the list a lot.
Mm-hmm.
They are on the list. So,
I mean,
I'll get into honorable mentions at the end of it all.
mm-hmm.
Let's kick it off with the top 10, brother man.
Yeah. Also, I'm just about to say. Also, there's just so many also top tens. I mean, like there's different types of horror movies. There's slashers. There's creepy horror movies. So for you to
Paranormal.
set yeah, paranormal, for example. There's just so many different types. So for people to say, well, that's not really a horror movie. I'm like, it is a horror movie. It's a different type of horror movie than what you like. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
yeah, so yeah, let's kick it off. I mean, if you want to kick it off, you can kick off with your number 10 right about now. So
All right, I'll kick it off with my number 10, and this is actually a movie. To get on my number 10, it like on my top 10 list of anything, you got to make an impression. It comes down to make an impression. How unique is the plot? Is the killer creative? And can I watch it again?
Mhm.
So the number 10 spot comes into a movie that actually came out fairly recent, and it blew me away. Founders Day.
Founders Day. Okay.
Founders Day takes the number 10 spot. It's a movie based on politics, and by politics I mean like a mayor election.
Mm-hmm.
A masked killer, and the killer was creative. He wore a red kind of devil mask,
Mm-hmm.
wore a powdered wig, and one of those black judge robes.
Mm-hmm.
And his weapon was a judge's gavel. But at the handle of the gavel, he pushed a button and a blade shot out the bottom of it. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. That is like the coolest murder weapon ever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, shut up, take the money. But the twist came at the end, and I'm going to leave you guys with that.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out. Check it out. Watch it on Tubi right now. Right now, I want you to search up Founders Day on Tubi and watch it. I promise you, you will enjoy it.
Yeah. My number 10 right now is Last House on the Left. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie. Have you, Nick? Or Last House on the Left? So it's about a movie about these group of guys. They meet these girls, and then they decide they're going to take advantage of these girls. And what ends up happening is they end up going to the parents, the house, the girls of the parents' house, and they the parents had no idea that they took advantage of them. And it's just a creepy, scary movie. Wes Craven directed it. Such a clever movie. I really enjoyed this movie. So number 10 on that list has to be Last House on the Left. So Last House on the Left. It's just a creative movie, and I really enjoyed it. So have you seen that movie, Nick? Or you put yourself on mute?
Hold up, I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties.
Yeah, you keep putting yourself on mute. I see it. You know.
Why
You're
do you
good now,
have to
though.
act difficult on me right now?
You're good though. You're good. Must be the earbuds, right, Nick? So
Yep. All right. Nope. We're good. I can hear you.
All
You're
right.
coming in crystal clear now. I am sorry. I didn't hear your number 10. I was struggling with technical difficulties.
yeah, my number 10 was the Last House on the Left. It was
That is a
about
classic.
the Wes Craven movie.
Yep.
It's about this guy, these group of guys. They meet these girls, they take advantage of the girls, but what ends up happening is they're on the run now. These guys, and then they end up at the girl's parents' house.
Yep.
So,
It,
it's a classic movie. That one.
it was such a good movie.
That's my number 10 on my list right there. So that
Not
movie,
a bad number 10.
that movie's got drama, it's got horror, it's got almost everything in that movie. So that's gonna be on my number 10 list right there. So
All right. Sounds good.
number 9 for you. So
Number 9. All right. This one is probably this one's actually very like near to me. Seeing as how it was actually one of the very first horror movies I've ever watched. Coming in at number 9 is Halloween 4: The Return of Michael Myers.
Halloween 4.
Fucking nothing more iconic than, Jamie stabbing her stepmother in the tub and essentially signifying Michael Myers is still very much alive.
Mhm.
And not to mention, like, come on, man, like, I can't remember the actor's name, but the one that plays the Detective Loomis. I feel like an asshole that I don't remember his name, but I don't remember his name. His frantic yelling, like screaming no at the end when he saw her on the stair at the top of the stairs with the knife in her hand. I'm like, that just made everything better. Like that you killed it. Amazing.
So number 9 is Halloween 4 for you, right?
Absolutely.
All right. So number 9 would be for me would be another classic, Steven Spielberg, Poltergeist.
Oh my God. A movie that's not really that long of a movie, but feels like 4 hours.
Yes. But, it's just the reason why this is on my number 9 list, because they don't make too much movies like this anymore, like where they use practical effects. Everything. And when they did the remake, they used so much CGI, they butchered the whole movie and destroyed it. But the ending scene with the skeletons in the tub in the pool, freaking scary as crap right there. So Poltergeist and the little girl saying they're here.
Yep.
Scary
Iconic
stuff right there. It's number 9 on my list right there, and directed by Steven Spielberg right there. So yeah.
All right. So what are we at? Number 8 now?
No, number 8, yeah.
Number 8 is probably a horror movie that only if you're a Robert Englund fan, like if you're just a fan of him and you watch like a bunch of his movies, then you've probably heard of this. But if you haven't, my number 8 is a movie called 2001 Maniacs.
I have not seen this movie, so
2001 Maniacs, it's about a southern ghost town. So, and by ghost town, I mean a town full of ghosts that, come to life on the anniversary of the town. So the town was like killed, and so was everybody in it. Like, town was wiped. The anniversary of that day, all the spirits come back and they take human form. But the one thing that they have to do, they have to fulfill a prophecy, and they have to get as many people into that town to feast upon within a 12-hour time limit, or else they go, right back to hell. Like, there is no coming back anymore. That option's off the table because you didn't do this in time.
that's creepy.
It's very creepy, and it's set in Civil War. It's modern day, but the town is Civil War esque.
Mhm.
It's a very good movie. Some ways to kill people I really didn't even like think there were those kind of ways until I saw this movie, and I'm just like, all right, I enjoy the level of creativity. This is good. This is good
That's
stuff.
that's creepy stuff right there. You know.
But 2001 Maniacs, I know it's available to watch also on Tubi. Check it out, man. Robert Englund does a phenomenal job.
Number eight. Number eight for me. A lot of people are going to say this, but you know, it spawned a lot of movies in that time generation from 1996. That you know where I'm going with this one, right?
I might actually.
Yeah. So, where an actress known as Drew Barrymore and Ghostface enter for the first
Oh
10 minutes of the
yeah.
movie. Yeah. So this is number eight on, and this is very important to the horror, just because this spawned so many different teen horror movies, such as I Know What You Did Last Summer, Scream, more Scream movies, and so on and so forth. So it's very
It essentially created the teen / college slashers.
yes, yeah. So it's very that's why this is number eight, and the original Scream has to be on my list as my number eight right there. So
Hey man, I can't blame you. Any of the screams but three.
three, yeah. The new ones are actually really good. The new ones they've been making. What's your favorite scary movie?
All right, so we're at 7 now, right?
Seven, yeah.
Seven. All right, cool.
Yeah.
So again,
Lost your
my
headbuds again.
my horror. You'll see just what kind of horror I enjoy just as the list goes on, and once I get into the honorable mentions, you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But my number 7 is a movie called Drive Through.
Drive through.
Now remember, if I can watch it again, if the plot was cool, if the killer was, unique, and all of them kind of hit that point for me, it was even funny as hell. Like it was a horror comedy, but they leaned more toward the gore comedy than the regular horror base.
Mm-hmm.
When a employee and son of a fast food franchise called Hella Burger. Hella Burger. It's amazing. Great name. They were really creative with like the fast I saw that and wished there was one in existence.
So where can you get a Hella Burger? Nick, that's, to be honest, I don't want to interrupt you, but it's not actually a bad idea to start a franchise, get the rights to that.
Right? Right? Like, hello, money. But
yeah.
The son of the owner of the franchise. Yes, I said that right. Okay, cool. He died in a fire at the restaurant due to a high school kid's prank. This kid was, take your pick from any of the other movies, the antisocial, quiet one that everybody picked on. So he comes back as this almost like, if you look at, think of a more like, not as, more like a metal version of Sweet Tooth from Twisted Metal. If Sweet Tooth dropped 50 pounds and decided to join a heavy metal band, that is what this killer looked like. Even his he had a fucking, it looked like a meat cleaver from hell. I'm like, yo, let's go. So now on his birthday, he comes back years later and tries to kill the bloodline, the younger generation, meaning the sons and the daughters of all the kids that were involved in murdering him in high school.
That sounds like a Nightmare on Elm Street type of deal.
It's so good. Some of the most some unique kills too. Dude, man, stuffed the guy's head in a deep fryer, and when he lifted it out, you saw the skin peel like right off his face. Strapped a microwave to somebody's head and put that shit on high.
Oh my god.
I'm just like what the fuck? I'm like, oh god. And the main bad guy, for a guy that's metal as fuck, his name is Horny the Clown. Then again, that movie is also one big ass sexual innuendo. There are stereotypes in there that make fun of other stereotypes in other horror movies. It's amazing.
Yeah.
What you got coming in at number 7?
What I got number 7, it's actually a most recent movie. Me and you actually discussed this movie earlier.
Mm-hmm.
It's called The Substance.
That is on my list of movies to watch. I have not yet seen it.
It's on my number 7. It stars. I'm not gonna give too much detail because the what you call it, the ads and like the trailers give absolutely nothing about the movie. Give you nothing. So all I'm gonna say is whatever I'm gonna tell you the synopsis from the trailer. So Debbie Moore, she stars in this movie. She's an aging Hollywood actress, right? And she's getting older and older. The boss is about to fire her. She sees like this drug on TV that's going to make her become younger, and that's the plot of the movie, that she has to take this drug to become younger. And then there's another, like, I don't want to go into too much detail, but like there's another character named Sue, which her name is Margaret Qualley, which is her younger self. And I don't want to tell you what goes on in this movie because it's batshit crazy, just batshit crazy. So from the minute, what's up?
I saw it and I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna end up watching this eventually because I'm also like a sucker for like, I guess, cover art to movies.
The cinematography in this movie,
you know what I mean? I'm like, that looks like it would be good, but is it?
No, it's good. I saw it, so it's high on my list as my number 7 right there.
All right, I will take your word for it. I will definitely watch it.
But it's not like your traditional slasher horror movie. This is like a body horror movie. So, like, kind of like The Fly, kind of like the movie The Thing. Those types of movies. So going into that type of movie. Just a gross, disgusting movie.
Hey, sometimes those movies are good, man. I mean, sometimes you need a little bit of that in life.
Yeah. So, but that movie comes in at my number 7, and it's probably one of the best movies of 2024. I'm going to put it high on my list. So,
okay.
All right.
Number 6. Woo-wee. All right. Number 6 for me. House of 1,000 Corpses.
Oh my god, I'm so surprised I not put this on my list. Yeah.
I listen. I watched that movie over and over and over. Sid Haig has me rolling to this day, just fucking tutti fucking fruity.
Such a great movie.
Rob Zombie.
Rob Zombie directed. He directs a lot of good movies too, though. The Devil's Rejects, another great one. But Rob Zombie is a great artist too. So
he actually, I think he was co-director or one of the directors in, I think, 2 of the Twisted Metal games for PlayStation 1.
Just don't make any more family-friendly movies like The Munsters, because that was horrible. You know what I mean? And we'll be good.
I saw it and I'm like, this looks like I could watch it, but I'm like, then again, I'm iffy about remakes in general.
Uh-huh.
I'm just very iffy on remakes.
And I'm somebody who loved the Munsters when I was a kid, so
That's also very fair. The
so
fucking the staircase under the staircase was the best.
yeah, such a great show, Frederick Wen,
Yep.
All right, your
So
numbers.
I mean, House of a Thousand Corpses. I don't think much needs to be said.
Mm-hmm.
An iconic movie. Fucking even the sequel was great. I loved Devil's Rejects. But House of a Thousand Corpses like won me the fuck over. Like just when you thought it couldn't get weirder, oh, it got a lot of weirder.
Yeah, that's like the substance right there. It gets worse as the movie goes on.
And it's like once you see Dr. Satan, it's just like, holy fuck, he exists. And he looks like a more fucking enhanced version. Actually, no, he looks like what would have happened if the Crypt Keeper turned into Darth Vader.
Oh my god. Speaking of that, I gotta watch that movie. I haven't seen that movie in such a long time.
Which one?
House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yes, you do.
I have to watch that again though, because that's such a great movie.
Yeah. Before going into The Office, Dwight Schrute was Fish Boy.
Mm-hmm.
Great movie. Love that movie.
Number 6 for me is another most recent movie. It's another movie that came out of nowhere. The sequel's coming out this month actually. A movie called Smile.
Ooh.
Such a very underrated movie, Smile. I mean, when you saw it, but you have seen it, right? So we could discuss
I have seen Smile.
So we could discuss a little spoilers. When you see the monster at the end, the Smile monster, holy shit, what is going on in this fucking movie?
Yo, and I just want to appreciate how really fucking creepy the smiles actually are.
Like, who would ever think that?
They look sinister. It's like, holy fuck. Like it really starts giving you like the creepy crawlies after a little bit. It's just like, yo, chill.
Yeah, not only that, at I think it was a Mets game. I forget what the team was, but they were doing promotions for a movie, and they had somebody sit in the front row, and they actually had did you see like there was a promotion for Smile that I think it was at a Mets game where somebody was just sitting in the front row smiling the whole game.
Yep.
Like
I remember that shit was fucking nuts, and I'm like, well, what is he going to come out and kill the pitcher? Like what, the catcher, the batter? Like do something.
That shit was creepy, right?
It was insanely creepy. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but
Smile. But they did so good with the promotion.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
Paramount backed that movie up.
I mean, even the new one that's coming out, I believe they've either done so already or are putting Call of Duty skins for Smile too.
Really?
In Call of Duty.
That's crazy.
I don't know if they did it yet already, but I know it's coming. Also confirmed Art the Clown from Terrifier, Michael Myers, and Sam from Trick or Treat.
Well, they're doing it probably because also Halloween this month,
Yeah, I know Fortnite's doing the same thing. I'm waiting for the Jason Voorhees skin.
Yeah.
All right, so Smile and House of a Thousand Corpses coming in at number 6.
Number 6 right there. Number 5. That we're down to the nitty gritty with the top 5 right now.
Down to the nitty gritty, and this one stole my heart. This one absolutely stole my heart, and coming in at number 5 is Scream 6.
Scream 6. That's the one that they redid, right?
That's the most recent one.
That's the most recent one. Okay, I'm terrible with numbers.
The one from the one where they went to New York.
Oh, that was great. I even enjoyed the most recent one with Jenna Ortega. You know, like the one that's restarted the franchise.
Yeah, that was okay, we're gonna have to go into spoilers here, but I assume everyone has seen this movie so far. That's the one with the three killers in the theater, right?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah,
Yeah, that's 6. That's the
yeah,
most recent one.
yeah. I think they're doing a great job with Scream. They're bringing back the franchise in a
Well,
good way.
one more is confirmed.
Yeah, they're doing 7. Yeah, I heard. And Nev Campbell is scheduled to come back on that one too. So
Yep. And spoiler alert coming. Holy shit, the ending of that movie was fucking great. Just fucking Billy Loomis's daughter.
I didn't expect it.
The second I saw the guy trapped and he was like, it was the bad guy's turn to get scared and shit.
Yeah,
Fucking when I saw her pop up in her dad's fucking Ghostface outfit, I'm like, let's fucking go!
yeah,
Yo! What the fuck? And then she stabbed him. I count it. I'm sitting there counting how many times she's stabbing this dude. I
yeah.
think I counted like 33.
Such a great movie. Scream 6, right?
Amazing.
On your,
Beautifully done.
that's on your number 5 right there. Scream
That
6.
is hardcore number 5 right there.
Number 5 is another movie. This goes back to when I was younger now. So some people give this writer and director a lot of crap. I really enjoy this writer director. I think he produced a lot of great movies. My number 5 is going to be Signs.
I respect that.
It's number Signs because I remember a lot of people underrate this movie so much because they're like, oh, that's not scary. I'm like, well, the alien at the birthday party, because number one, when you're going into this movie, you have no clue what this alien looks like. Nothing. So the fear that this director stowed upon you, just so you could watch this movie, was there.
Yep.
And when he finally shows up at a kid's birthday party, it scared the living shit out of you. And not only that, when they were downstairs in the basement and the things were making little noises trying to get into the door.
Yep.
Dude, that creeped me out, you know?
It was actually an enjoyable movie, and it opened a doorway for movies like Cloverfield.
Yeah.
Like,
would you consider a horror movie? Would you consider that a horror movie, or would you consider it sci-fi more?
I would consider it sci-fi horror. I mean, if it not all sci-fi movies are supposed to scare you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Alien, Predator, sci-fi horror, right there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would consider it a sci-fi horror movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's my number 5 right there.
It's the fear of the unknown.
And that movie scared me when I was a kid too. So, I must have been like 10 when this movie came out.
What are we at? Number 4 now? Number
4, yeah.
All right, number 4. Mine's going to be a little bit of a throwback here. Friday the 13th, Part 8. Jason Takes Manhattan.
Jason Takes Manhattan. Another New York one. And there you go.
Listen, man, the plot was great. I enjoyed it. Like all those kids were trying to do was enjoy a party on a boat, and then Jason comes in and fucked everything up.
Mm-hmm.
I give credit to the one dude though. He's literally tried to square up with Jason. He failed, but credits there, bro. That's some brave shit. Like, you got fucked up. You died, but you tried. So good shit.
Can we talk about Jason and Freddy versus Freddy with Jason Mewes in it?
Freddy versus Jason. A lot of people fucking shot on that movie. I'm like, I don't know why. I thought it was cool. Like, I wouldn't have cared. I really wouldn't have cared what the hell the story was leading up to the fight. So like I said, I didn't care when I saw Freddy versus Jason. I didn't care what the story was. I didn't care anything leading up to the moment.
Mhm.
I just wanted to see two icons beat the shit out of each other.
And that's what they did, right?
And that's exactly what happened.
And then we got Alien vs. Predator shortly after that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
From what I don't know how true it is. Take it with a grain of salt, but then again, I guess anything's possible. I mean, we got a whole freaking Disney horror universe coming. So, I mean,
Oh, with Marvel, right?
no, I mean, like, like Disney characters as horror movies, like Winnie the Pooh and Pinocchio.
Oh yeah,
and
I
Peter
completely
Pan.
forgot about that. I completely forgot about that. You know, they're making a Steamboat Willie horror movie now. I'm like, what the hell? You know. It's just freaking crazy, you know?
Yeah, they're making literally horror movies out of every childhood Disney character.
Mhm.
So everyone be prepared to have all your childhoods ruined. However, I will admit, Winnie the Pooh's Blood and Honey 1 was not as bad, was really not as bad as everyone was claiming it to be. I thought it was really fucking good. I still haven't seen the second one, but I heard the second one is even better because they got a bigger budget.
Yeah.
But
All right. I guess who went? Yeah, I think you did, right?
yeah, yeah. Whoa, we went really like off topic.
Yeah, we did.
We went
Yeah.
to Freddy versus Jason. We went to the Disney dark side over here. Like we just drift off, man.
Yeah.
But no, Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. That is my number 4.
Yeah, that's number 4. All right. My number 4. It has to do with this universe actually. Another M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually is one of his first movies that he's done. It's actually called The Sixth Sense. I don't know if you saw it.
Yes, absolutely. That is so iconically classic.
Such a creepy movie, and it's creepy too. You know.
Yep.
If you have not seen it yet, it's like another ghostly, scary movie though. But it's just so good. You know.
Yep.
And then if you have not seen it, the twist ending is even better, right?
Hey man, The Sixth Sense was a great movie.
It was a psychological movie too because it made you think as well. Because that twist ending, I didn't think that was going to happen. You know, spoiler alert for those that have not seen it. Bruce Willis in the movie was dead the whole time. His character was dead the whole time. I didn't even put 2 and 2 together. You know.
Yep.
Such a great movie though, and it was really really scary.
Damn, that's a diehard right there.
It launched Haley Joel Osment's career. The iconic line, "I see dead people." You know?
Yep.
So such a great movie. That's my number 4 right there.
Oh, and here we are. The top 3.
Yeah.
All right. Now this is where everyone's gonna look at me and be like, "Hold the fuck up." My number 3 is Willy's Wonderland.
I haven't seen Willy's Wonderland. I have heard of it. I think I've heard of it.
So all you need to know about this movie is 1, you need to watch it.
Mhm.
2, it's Nicolas Cage beating the shit out of animatronics the entire movie.
Yeah.
And he's silent the whole movie. Doesn't say a word.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how else to explain it, but it's Nicolas Cage beating the shit out of animatronics and occasionally stopping to play pinball every once in a while and drink some weird purple energy drink. But it's nuts. All I can describe it as. Yeah, just go watch it. Just watch it.
Yeah, my number 3 on this one is gonna be a movie that creeped me out, and it's not really recent, but it's kind of recent. I'm talking about The Conjuring.
Okay. I
The
mean,
Conjuring.
the Conjuring movies are fucking amazing, and the first one kind of sparked like a whole universe.
Yeah. I'm not. The spinoffs were terrible, though, in my personal opinion. But I absolutely enjoyed the original Conjuring series. I think the second one was really creepy, and just the way they did things, and that was the British one,
Yep.
where they were in England in that one,
Yep.
and the ghost that was under the blanket, creepy
Mhm.
stuff right there,
I
So
mean,
the
it all.
Conjuring.
I mean, it also sparked the birth of one of the more modern faces of the horror community, which is the Nun.
None, exactly. Yeah.
That movie, honestly, Conjuring is goated. Like it's a great franchise. Some of the spin-offs are good. I enjoyed some of them, not all of them, but
Mhm.
I mean, they're doing like it's the better paranormal like franchise right now, and it's still going. The Nun 3, I believe, is announced,
Uh-huh.
as well as another Conjuring movie. So I mean,
I think it comes out next year. It comes out. I think it comes out next year.
I
So
mean, you can really just keep going with this.
I think it's the final one, though.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It does make sense because they're based on actual events.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
how much more you want to keep going? You know what I
I
mean?
know it's not like Game of Thrones where you can write like half the story and freaking make up the ending.
No, right? They're real cases.
All right, so now we're down to two, 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 two,
Yeah.
two.
Too.
All right, number 2. I'm kicking it back a little bit, not too much, but I'm going to kick it back a little bit. Ghost Ship.
Oh, I remember this movie.
Oh my God! From based off the basically plotted with the 7 deadly sins.
Yeah.
It's if you haven't seen it, probably one of the most brutal deaths, and one that kind of just left you there shocked for a good couple minutes
Mhm.
within the first 10 minutes of the movie.
Mhm.
They give you anywhere between 5 to 10 minutes to brace yourselves for what is about to happen. And when you get to the part that I'm talking about right now, after you listen to this and you get to the part that I was talking about, because you're going to know. Trust me. Who would think to do that? That is the thing. Who would think to do that? And it was fucking just the rest of the movie. It's just like, what the fuck? For those that haven't seen it, please go do so. For those that have seen it and like that movie, yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah. My number 2 right now is another movie. It's the original Conjuring. So that's going to be my number 2. That movie,
Conjuring back to back.
back to back Conjuring. Yeah. So that movie is really, really creepy and eerie. The original one. So
You
especially
can't
like the last couple of minutes of that movie, just so creepy.
you can't beat the OGs, but you can put modern twists on it.
Yeah.
All right,
So
here we are.
the grand finale.
Grand finale, man. All right, number 1. All right, this one's really not even a thought. This one has been it is certified favorite horror movie of all time. Actually, I believe in the picture that is, the cool picture of me right now because I am not visible. I am actually wearing a flannel based off of that movie. And number one for me will forever be Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Kill Clowns from Outer Space.
That will be my forever number one of all time.
Yeah. My number one is actually from the same director. So I'm gonna do another back to back. I think a lot of people know where I'm going with this one. My number one, this one scared the living shit out of me. And I'm talking about Insidious.
Oh yeah.
Insidious. Dude, like if you have ever seen this movie, it is just so terrifying, so creepy. Everything
Insidious is
about
dope.
everything that was made in the original Insidious movie, like the way the director shot everything.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted you to come along for the ride in this exact movie. He wanted you to be in that spot. So, like every twist and every turn in this movie, you're the character. So, my number one has to be Insidious. That's why this is one of the most creepiest movies I've ever seen, and it's highly recommended on my list.
Damn, how did we get here? We got Demons and Killer Clowns at number one. Holy shit, this is great.
Did you notice a little pattern? We had like
Mm.
two different types of horror movies. I was more into like the paranormal,
Yeah,
and you
I
were
can tell.
more into like the slasher.
I'm more into the slasher slash like horror comedies are good. I like those.
I love
Killer
those too.
Clown.
I like Shaun the Dead. Shaun the Dead's a great one.
I mean, Killer Clowns from Outer Space is my number one for a reason. It made me laugh. It made me scared shitless, and it made me go, "Holy fuck!"
Mm.
I mean, only one of the most two of my favorite scenes of that movie. My boy Shorty, the short clown, right,
Yeah.
rolling up to a biker gang, and just on a tricycle that's making motorcycle noises, and I'm like, yo, okay, like this is fucking funny. And then this dude challenges like a 6 foot tall biker to a fucking fight, and the biker just goes, like, he starts laughing at him. He's like, what are you gonna do, knock my block off? Shorty cocks back, punches him in the face, and his head flies off his body into a garbage can. It was amazing. And then once again, at the end of the movie, Shorty's got my favorite line after, like, right after the cop gets pummeled with acid-filled pies and melts into what looks to be a form of human ice cream on the floor. My boy Shorty comes in with the giant cherry and sticks it on top. I'm like, that's funny. Like, you're not gonna, like, that's creative. Like, the whole movie was very well put together. I'm really hoped. I wished for an end for a sequel to that because they could have done so much. But I'm happy we got the video game. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that.
We get some also honorable mentions as well. So if you want to get through those, man,
Oh, I got a couple of them. My honorable mentions. First, this movie called The Funhouse Massacre.
Funhouse.
I found this completely on accident. It's based off of 6 of the most notorious serial killers of the world, in like movie form. And they open a funhouse or like a haunted house in order to kill people.
What?
Yeah, like they have a bunch of all of their attractions, like all of the houses in the haunted house, all of the rooms are based off of that serial killer's environment.
Okay, so like a
So
Scream, like a
so
Freddy.
so like, all right, you walked into one room, one of the killers was a dentist. You walked into a dentist office. Another one of the serial killers was a cult leader. So the ending room was a maze for
Yeah.
his thing. Like they were all based off of like the killer's MOs.
Gotcha.
And it was literally a way just to kill people. It was nuts. Even the ending. And there like trust me, watch it. You'll be disappointed in the ending because a lot of people thought it was going to be a happy ending. It really wasn't. But go ahead and watch it. Trust me. Really good shit.
Yeah. I got some honorable mentions too.
Go ahead, man. You're next. Go for it. Let's go.
I got House on Haunted Hill was another great one that a lot of people. I'm talking about the old school one, and I'm talking about the new one that the remake. Such a great movie.
House on Haunted Hill is a classic, man. I mean, well put together for its time.
Which one are we talking about? The original with Vincent Price, or are we talking about the remake?
I honestly enjoyed both, and it's. I'm not. It seems like the movies that were remade came at a better time than now.
Yeah.
Because some of the remakes now are just like, what the fuck?
Yeah. But yeah, Vincent Price and the remake was actually really good. That basement scared the living shit out of me though. In House on Haunted Hill.
It always does.
That basement was freaking creepy. You want to go another honorable mention for you?
Oh fuck yeah, I got a couple more. Probably one of my favorite Stephen King films, honestly, Maximum Overdrive.
Maximum Overdrive.
Fuck yeah, when trucks come, when anything electronic or fucking motorized comes to life and just starts fucking taking over the world.
Another great Stephen King movie. Either Stephen King or John Carpenter. The Thing.
I don't think that was Stephen King.
That was John Carpenter, right?
Yes.
John Carpenter.
That was Carpenter.
Yeah. So, but that movie was an absolute classic. And the reason why it's an honorable mention for me is just because, like I said earlier in my top tens, practical effects were the key to this movie.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the reason why this movie was just so creepy and scary, you know?
People, sometimes the effects aren't appreciated. I mean, like, given the time period that some of these movies are in, they did a very damn good job in working with what they had. Another one, and I'm gonna actually do a back. I'm gonna do back-to-back. I'm gonna do a back-to-back, kind of like you did with The Conjuring.
Yeah.
Purge Anarchy and then Purge Election Year.
I like the original Purge. I thought the original Purge was great. They made so many movies though, The Purge.
They did. Some of them were not to be desired. Mm-hmm. The first season, and I say that with emphasis, the first season of the Purge TV show that they came out with on Hulu was really good. I'm not going to talk about the second season because they shouldn't have did it the way they did it. But like I think the Purge franchise as a whole is probably one of my favorite franchises. They just went so many crazy different directions with it, man. I mean, from like the costume designs to like the theme of like the movie itself, like it's imagination, bro. It really fucking works.
Another honorable mention for me is Saw, because that spawned Hostel as well. So you know what I mean. If there was no Saw movies, there'll be no Hostel. So Eli Roth.
Did Hostel? Wait, did Hostel come before Saw? Or did Saw come before?
No,
Hostel?
Saw came out. Saw came out first. I believe Saw was first.
I don't think so. I don't know. For some reason,
I remember Saw being first. So yeah, coming out first. But yeah, those two movies though spawned those types of torture movies, creepy and scary. You know.
And I believe I think there's like one more
Mhm.
still to come out.
Saw or
Yeah.
they're making another one, I think, with John Kramer. So, and Tobin Bell is scheduled to come back as John Kramer. So,
Which
but I don't know,
is
which is crazy because he's dead in the movie.
I think anyone who has seen the vast amount of Saw movies that are out right now,
Mhm.
they really did a good job with the development of the series. They, in a way, they made you really wonder
Chris
what
Rock played in a horror movie too. So who would ever thought that?
yeah,
Right?
like they made you really think about like what is his motive?
Mhm.
And then when you finally saw the reason why he's doing all this, it's just like, well, fuck, man, I sympathize for you. That shit sounds like it's fucking like, dude, I can tell why you're doing this. Holy shit.
All the people he's doing to are bad people.
Yep.
So
That
they're
and
all bad people.
and he exposes it as time progresses.
Mhm.
I think the last honorable mention I got, honestly, it was I enjoyed it very much. That was Doctor Sleep.
Doctor Sleep.
That was if they see, I buy that as the sequel. It is the sequel to The Shining, but they did such a good job with so many callbacks from the original Shining movie.
Mhm.
Everything was very well played.
Mhm.
But the ending, though, if you haven't seen it, the ending's gonna annoy you.
I have not seen it, so but
Great
my
movie, though.
my
Amazing
last
movie.
my last honorable mention right now is gonna be 13 Ghost.
Ooh, fucking love that. The original
Yeah,
or the remake?
there was a remake. There was a remake?
Yep. Matt
'Cause
Lillard.
I'm talking about the one with Molly Shannon and uh, you know,
I'm talking about the one with Matt Lillard.
Matthew Lillard. That's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's the remake.
That's the remake, yeah.
The first one happened back when it was like, you know, TVs were black and white.
Yeah, but yeah, this movie was just so creepy, man, you know?
Listen, it was great, man. Like,
And when you hear the backstory for these ghosts,
yo, some of the
you-
backstories were fucking nuts, dude. Like, what was
yeah,
it? The jackal with the
yeah,
fucking the ones where the head was stuck in the cage.
yeah.
Who else? The fucking
The Fire
oh
Boy.
yeah, the dude that had like half his face torn off, the Juggernaut dude.
Yeah. That movie was scary, dude, right?
And from what I understand, they're coming out with a series.
13 Ghost series.
Mhm.
Everyone's begging for Universal to have a house like at for Halloween Horror Night of 13 Ghosts.
It would be dope, man. I
Yeah.
mean, 13 Ghosts. It honestly is an underrated horror movie.
Uh-huh.
Like, take away from like the fact, like listen to the story.
Mhm.
The story about this movie, when like going into it, is everything about this movie. It's one of those horror movies that you really like. Like, if you want to understand what's going on, you got to pay attention.
Definitely, you know?
All right, like another one I'll throw out there: Army of Frankenstein.
Mhm.
You know, in an alternate universe, what would happen if Dr. Frankenstein was alive and created Adolf Hitler's army during World War II?
Mm.
That's also a slow build up movie. Like, it's a slow build, but once it like gets to the peak, it's a roller coaster from there. There's no turning back.
Yeah. So that I guess that's our top tens, man, or maybe or plus our honorable mentions right there.
Yeah,
Right.
top
There were some
10, top 10 featuring honorable mentions.
featuring honorable mentions right there. So, Nick, what else you got coming up?
I mean, those are the two events that I got coming up right now. There's a couple in November. Spartan Championship Wrestling, I believe, on the 11th.
Hopefully, Nick could come down to Florida one day and ring announce down here. Yeah.
I would love to go down to Florida. I would absolutely love to visit Florida again. I've been there once. It was fun. Really hot.
You have no idea.
But
I'm here
at
all
night,
year long.
but at nighttime, man, I don't know what it is. Like it's a vibe. Like even just like walking down the street, like I don't know if it's the nighttime weather or just like being somewhere different or what, but it's a vibe.
Yeah, Florida is always a party going on all the time. It's like,
Oh, I know.
it's like, am I supposed to be working tomorrow? Or am I supposed to be partying? I think I'm working tomorrow.
It's like, well, it's just another day in the park, bro.
That's it.
Another day in Florida. But yeah, absolutely. I would love to
Right
visit
now,
Florida again, man. Like that it was a fun time. I would love to see what the wrestling scene is like down there.
Oh, it's sick. They got CCW down here, you know?
I mean,
Let me tell you, they like it's the only show in town, but they pack this little tiny warehouse and they pack it. And the fans are loud. Loud. Like when I tell you they're loud, they're loud. There's nothing like it. It's absolute craziness.
man, I definitely got to get out there soon.
I'm telling you, you won't regret it. So we're gonna end the show. We're gonna put our rock signs up. Well, Nick, you can't put your rock sign up, but
Mine's up in spirit.
All right.
Like I got it up right now.
And we will see you guys in the next one.
Yes, sir.